welcome back to my channel. My name is Daisha. I'm the owner of PGO Planners, and this is my YouTube channel where we do everything faith and planning. And today is video number 1 in the 101 Digital Planning series. Now this series is going to focus more on Android, but this first video is for anyone who just wants to get started. So we're going to talk about a few things, but in this particular video, this is going to be device choice and overall experience on the devices that I have used so far. So if you're new to digital planning, you have more than likely scrolled through Instagram or TikTok or have stumbled across it on YouTube like myself and have seen it on a fabulous tablet and some kind of stylus and wanted to do that exact same thing. But one of the most interesting things that happens is the choice, because it's like, okay, it seems like Android and iPad seems to be the two most popular options. Which one do I want? Which one's gonna fit my budget? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Both of them have some of the same price points at this point, because you have the iPad generation series where they are lower priced. You have the iPad mini, which comes in at a lower price, and then the iPad Air is coming in almost exactly the same price as the S7 FE, as well as some of the other S series tablets. So at this point, for me, in my opinion, I think that you should choose a device that is going to be within your current ecosystem. So most people will ask, what is an ecosystem? Most programs, whether it be iPad or Android, are moving toward an ecosystem style function. And so that means that if you have a Samsung phone or an iPad phone, you're going to want to get a similar device because these devices will work in between the two of them. So, for example, I have an iPad and I have an iMac. My iPad and my iMac work together fluently through the iCloud. So it's nice to have another iPad device to use with my iPad because I get the full ecosystem experience. And if I wanted to build upon that experience, I would get an iPhone. But that's neither what I want to do because I'm an Android. I specialize in Android, and so I have a Samsung 20 FE, which is the fan edition, and I am going to upgrade soon. And so I decided to invest more of my money into the Samsung S series tablets. So with that being said, once you've chosen which ecosystem may fit best for you, which is going to be based on specs and apps, which is a huge thing, we'll talk about that in just a second, and all those things, then you want to look at what your stylus options are. So we'll talk about the iPad for a brief second, and then we're gonna hop back into Samsung as I'm throwing these things around. So this is my iPad. This is an 8th gen iPad, and it is paired together with this Apple 1st gen pen, and I got this sleeve off of Amazon. So I personally really do enjoy my iPad. I can do Procreate on here. And what I was gonna say about apps is that you want to make sure whatever device you're choosing, it has the app that you're most curious about trying. So with iPad, you're going to run into apps like GoodNotes, Zoom Notes, Call a Note, and many more. There's a lot of them at this point, but those are just some notable ones. If those are apps that you're looking to try, the iPad is definitely going to be where you're going to want to go because you can't get those apps on an Android device. So I say, for shopping purposes, if you're gonna try out the iPad experience, most people will say, get an iPad Pro, the bigger screen, but you don't know if you're gonna like digital planning. I highly recommend checking out, I think they have the 9th gen coming out or came out already, and then they may be doing a 10th generation one. Get one of those. It is compatible with the Apple Pencil, so you'll be able to plan on it. The screen is like 10.1 inches, I believe, so you get a pretty decent screen. It has the finger tap as far as being able to unlock. She moves snappy. I haven't had any issues with her at all. Working in apps, whatnot, it's the perfect size to plan in bed with. No issues whatsoever. A great option if you're talking about digital planning on an iPad and just trying it out before you really splurge and get something huge. Now we're gonna move to the Samsung tablets, which is where I'm gonna have more information for you. So we're gonna start out with the S6 Lite tablet. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't know if this is the 2022 edition. I bought this recently, so I don't know. It was brand new. I got it from Walmart. So I don't know if this is the 2022 edition. I know they have one of those now. But what I will say is this tablet is very useful, especially for in-bed planning. It's very small, comes with the S Pen already. Now, we're gonna talk about my loves, my two loves. But if you're just doing digital planning and whatnot, then this is gonna be more than enough to be able to do. You can pair this with a keyboard and you're gonna get a good experience overall. It's not a heavy duty tablet, but it's definitely the perfect size for digital planning, whether you wanna do it vertical or horizontal, very portable. The fact that it already comes with an S Pen is great. With your iPad, it's not gonna come with the Apple Pencil. Neither of the devices come with it. It's a separate purchase and it's $100 basically for both with tax plus. So that's something to consider, that even though this tablet and the iPad, you know, the iPads can be compared to some of the prices for Samsung, with Samsung's S series, you're going to get an S Pen with it. With iPad, you're not. So that's an additional $100 you need to tack on to your purchase price. Now with the Samsung tablet and the S Pen it comes with, it's a great starting point. However, I could not stomach using it. This is the S Pen that comes with the S7 FE. It is thicker, a little bit more heavy duty, but it's still not my preference. I really love the S Pen Pro or the Wacom Pen. The Wacom comes in at about $25. The S Pen Pro is gonna come in at about $100 as well. However, I've done a review on my channel. I highly recommend you check it out. It is the Wacom Pen versus the S Pen Pro versus the S Pens that come with the tablet, kind of sharing some of the features. I also linked a video underneath that one that gives you a more in-depth view of what the S Pen Pro can do. For me, the weight of this, the size of this, is more comparable to your Apple Pencil, and for me, I like that because I like to have something a little bit bigger that feels a little bit more comfortable to write with. And the Wacom Pen, even though it's the same height as the Samsung S Pen that you get, it is thicker, it has a better grip, and it works very well. You can also get the metal tips, which is something that's really huge for the S Pen these days because it's just better. They don't break off in the pen, they don't dull out on matte screen protectors. So having the metal tip is definitely worth the investment, especially since you don't need to repurchase like that. The Samsung S7 FE tablet is what I use normally to do a lot of my planning because it's such a nice screen size. I highly recommend getting something that has a nice screen. So the S6 Lite has a nice screen. This has a nice screen, the iPad has a nice screen, because it brings the experience to life. I love my S7 FE because I like how big it is on the screen. It's just nice. Now, I did want to get the Ultra. I don't know when I will make that investment just because I know that it's, you know, it's a bit big, like it's really big. But when you zoom in, you get some really great details, things like that. It's just enjoyable. So when you do go shopping, do your homework. Currently, Android has some decent apps on board. I am currently very much in love with JNotes. I have done quite a few videos on Penly, quite a few videos on TouchNotes. There's also NoteShelf. I know Xenia is available on both, but Xenia is a paid, like I think you pay monthly for it. There's options on both tablets. Do your homework before you purchase so that you can make sure that when you buy the tablet, you're not looking for GoodNotes in the Google Play Store and you're heartbroken because you can't have it and then you're like, I made the wrong purchase, etc. Do your homework, look at what your ecosystem is, figure out which one you'd prefer to build one off of. I really do like having my Samsung with my Samsung tablets. I think it's a great way to get started with digital planning. But be my guest, do your homework, figure out which tablet device and stylus is best for you. They have some that are inexpensive, but a lot of them don't have palm rejection. So, like I said, do your homework. Palm rejection is a huge plus because that means you can lean your hand on the screen. If it does not have palm rejection, you will have to get a digital artist glove to make sure that it doesn't interfere with your writing. But when you digital plan, do you really want to have to put the glove on every time? If you have to get a pen that does not have palm rejection, get the glove, save up for one of these. But keeping in mind that the Wacom has palm rejection, is compatible with the Samsung tablet, and is like 25 bucks. So, and then of course the S Pens that you get with it have palm rejection as well. So you don't have to worry about that if you get the Samsung tablet. So I really do hope you consider what I've said in this video. This is just part 1 of the series. I hope that you enjoyed it, that it helped you in some kind of way in deciding on what device you look to purchase. And I will see you all in part 2, where we talk about what digital planning is, how to come forward with a PDF, what to do with a PDF document, what is the difference between one and a Word document, etc. We're going to break that down in a very short video next time. But don't miss out on this series. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can see when I come out with the next section to this 101 video. And thank you again for watching. Bye!